going to be a football player when you grow up?
Today is the best day of your life. Believe it.
He might be the finest quarterback produced in the last 10 years.
Philadelphia Eagles select Donovan McNabb.
And he said, I'm the best decision this organization has ever
Give me
made.
18 years a day like this. That's all I need.
Fortunately for me, I didn't lose my life, didn't lose my job. Football convinced me that life is a team game.
That's right, it's a game for men.
Rest of your life. Nobody can ever tell you that you couldn't do it.
Was this the final game on the sideline for a great coach?
I want to thank you very much for making my day in the sun so memorable.
All right, we're here with Tyler Graf, the reigning champion of the 2012 Man's League. This is Tyler's 5th year here, and he's already locked and clinched playoffs for the 2013 season. Tyler, do you have any tips for us as far as making playoffs or being consistent, how you have been the last 2 years?
Biggest thing is do your homework. I mean, I finally done my homework starting with last year because I haven't had any other distractions really, and it's shown. I mean, I put a lot of time and effort in last season with the hopes of just making playoffs, and I exceeded those. And this year I did spend even more time putting the homework in, getting on the wire, proposing trades to people, trying to make the best possible team that will give you the most points each week. And I think that's what helps pay out in the end.
Sure. Now, you've kind of been the laughingstock the first few years in the league. And like you just said, you've done your homework the last 2 years. Did you set any goals for yourself last year that you did accomplish, or do you have any goals set for this year?
I mean, like anybody's going to tell you, the ultimate goal when anybody shows up to play fantasy is to win it all. I mean, that's why we're all here. We want to win. It's a good time with friends. But, last year when I spent the most time I've ever had in previous years, my goal was to make playoffs. I mean, I hadn't even been to the big dance yet, so I just wanted to make playoffs. And then, like I said, the Shiva, is mine now, so that's all good. But yeah, this year I would like to make it back to the championship, and there's a lot of good competition, but I set my goal out to make it to the championship this year, and so far locking playoffs is a good step in that direction.
Yep. Locking playoffs, you can kind of have an easy ride the last couple weeks here. Now, the Hail Mary Fund, this is the first year that we've had the Hail Mary. Nobody else is undefeated now, so you're the only one eligible. So how do you feel about your chances for that this year?
I would like to say good. I have a lot of belief in my team this year, but it's just week to week for me. This week, my matchup with Mark, I'm focusing on winning there. It's a stiff chance, but I still have an opportunity to be eligible for the bye week. That's a tough way, but if I win out and other things happen, so I'm focusing on beating Mark and making the best lineup to do that. And I think they're pretty good. Once you're in playoffs, it's anybody's game, as we all know. I mean, it's a week-to-week thing with fantasy, and if Rodgers comes back for me, that's going to be huge for my team. So,
making playoffs, Tyler Graf can say that. As far as everybody else, I'm not too sure. Now, with the league the last year or so, they've given you the nickname Dick Man.
Oh, yeah.
So where did Dick Man come from, and why do they call you Dick Man?
You know what? It's probably got to start. Everybody's seen my dick, Drop my pants here and there, been in the gym. My profession has a lot to do with it. I'm playing with dicks, pulling them, whipping them around, putting things in them, putting dicks in certain things. So I think, I just don't have a filter from work to regular life. And so, I got the nickname, and you just got to roll with it, right?
All right, you heard it here with Tyler Graf, this exclusive Dick Man right here. Now, kind of moving on, for this year, your team, what would you say is one of the biggest strengths for your team this year, and maybe one of the biggest weaknesses that your team has?
Biggest strengths, I mean, again, I hate going back to doing the homework thing, but doing my homework and drafting the right players, and, we all know it's not the first round, second round, third round players, it's the ones you pick in the middle, the late rounds that you do your homework on that are going to pay out for you. Julius Thomas is a great example, who's not on my team, and that's a really good pickup. Sean Moreno, got a lot of flack for him. Probably took him a little bit early, but he's been a big payout for me. One of my top performers each week. Really reliable. My strengths would be my team, just getting on the wire too. I know I had a pickup back in week 5, I believe, where I picked up Danny Woodhead, and he's been a pretty solid flex option for me each week when he wasn't on bye. And some stuff like that. Getting on the wire, doing your homework, researching the matchups. And looking long term to see if I pick this guy up, who am I going to be matching up against in the playoffs is huge. Looking long term. Weaknesses, injuries just kill me. I mean, Amendola, I kind of took a risk with him knowing that if he picks up a glass of Gatorade, as John said, he's going to be out for the week. So he was injured. Now he's back and healthy. The Patriots are rolling.
And I think that's going to be huge. And if Rodgers can come back, that's going to be huge for me too. That really killed me.
His injury.
Yeah, I was just going to say that your weaknesses, injuries for your team, your number one pick, Aaron Rodgers. But it doesn't seem like it slowed you down with the nice choice of Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Answered the call.
Yep, getting him MVP this last week even for you. Would you say that you have maybe a rival in the league or maybe someone you look forward to every week that you hate to lose to or you always want to beat?
Well, I think this year everybody wants to beat Caleb. You know, I mean, you don't want to lose to Caleb. You know, I think he's got the worst record. So if you lose to Caleb, that kind of stings. You're kind of the laughing stock for the week, Joe. Anyways, you know, so I think that that's nobody wants to lose to Caleb. But I would say my biggest rival is Zach. I would say I've never beat Zach, or maybe I've beat him one time. But for some reason, whenever I play Zach, he's got my number. Whether it was last year when I was up by 33 and Jordy Nelson put an unbelievable night up and beat me by a couple points.
Maybe last year, do you have any regrets about last year? I know you took the ship, so it's hard to have any regrets. So maybe any regrets for even this year?
Well, last year I do have a regret. I mean, like in the end, not believing in my team to the end. I know I caught some flack for getting the emotional roller coaster going in the championship game, so that would be my regret.
Okay.
But this year, not really. I mean, I think, injuries depict a lot of things in fantasy that are out of our control. But, I mean, I feel comfortable. I mean, locking a playoff spot definitely showed I think I did my homework this year. No, not a whole lot of regrets. I mean, there's other players, obviously, as the season goes on, you wish you would have taken. You know, but no, I'm comfortable with.
Okay. Now, the Man's League has definitely evolved in the last couple of years. It's gotten a lot better, much more interactive. Hence, we're doing an exclusive on Tyler Graf, the reigning champion. What would you say is your favorite part of the Man's League?
Favorite part? Oh, I mean, just the people in it. I mean, I think that makes anything. I mean, we have a good group of guys, and a lot of them put in a lot of effort each week. Some more than others, but I think that's huge. And you got to give a shout out to the commissioner and, just all the work he puts in. This year was kind of questionable having a kid, he's married now, getting a house, stuff, but the production hasn't lacked at all, and one thing I do miss is we haven't been doing our third and long this year.
Third and long is for off-season.
Off-season, okay, maybe that's why.
Yep.
But I really, just the effort. I mean, I constantly talk about our league to people, and I'm in another league right now, and it's tough to focus as hard. Because
we'll talk about other leagues.
Yeah, because there's only this league. But yeah, I mean, I tell people about our league, and I just can't believe all the stuff that we still do, and we've reached nationwide. Matthew Barry's talked to us. We've been mentioned on the league, the actual show on FX. I mean, not other places can say that.
Yep, totally agree. All right, and then we're almost finished up here, Ty. But what would you say your best draft pick was and your worst draft pick for this last year?
Oh man, Nosha Moreno was my best.
Yeah.
I would say, he was paid off the biggest. Worst would have to be C.J. Spiller.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely where I took him. I mean, oh, man, whatever. That guy is just nothing.
All right, well, I know you have this week to prepare for still, so the last question here I have is, would you rather have the league nicknamed you Catman because you're so fond of your damn cats, or Dickman?
Well, they're pussies, first of all.
The pussies,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Pussy Man or Dick Man, what would you rather be?
Dick Man. All
right, you heard it here.
Dick Man.
2013, going for that championship. Tyler Graf, exclusive. Dick Man. Thanks, Man's League.
Don't want no short